Welcome back, guys, to another video. So today we're going to talk about why you're not seeing any progress in the gym even though you're training hard, dieting pretty hard as well, or fasting or intermittent fasting. And usually this is not due to your genetics or just other little things. It has nothing to do with that. It's probably more so small little like changes that you could do that could ultimately see that result, but you probably overlook because you might not think it's that important. But let's just dig deep into this. And if this is something that resonates with you, that you're training hard, you're not seeing any results and nothing is happening and you're kind of plateauing, stick for the rest of the video and we'll see if we hit any of the pinpoints that resonate with you. So let's get to it. You're not training with purpose. So what I mean by that is you're not training for, like, you don't have a purpose in mind. What I mean by this is like bodybuilding or powerlifting or Olympic lifting or something. They always have an end goal or end weight to reach, and you might just be going into the gym just kind of doing regular exercises, just trying to be somewhat fit. And I get it. It can work for some, but not for everyone. And if you're one of those people who really wants to take us to another level of understanding, like, oh, why am I not seeing results? Why am I not hitting this when I should be hitting it? Then that's probably another reason why that, or, you're just bouncing from program to program, or you're not letting your body adapt, or, you know, you're changing frequently, which is not a bad thing sometimes, but, you know, you got to be training with the purpose of, like, this is what I need to do and this is where I want to be at the end of the time of your training for that cycle. Number two is you're under eating. You're not eating enough, especially if you're using intermittent fasting or fasting in general as a tool to lose weight. Those are really good tools, but if you're not eating enough protein, you're probably not going to hit your target protein for the day, and you'll probably end up going to lose muscle because your body is not getting enough nutrient dense foods, and so it might end up being catabolic, and that's not good because you're going to end up losing muscle if your body does go into a catabolic state. That is probably another reason. And you might be saying, well, I eat a lot. I am eating 5 times a day, 4 times a day, 3 times a day. But if you're fasting or intermittent fasting, you always want to at least try to break your fast with a high protein meal. At least 40 to 60 grams of protein per meal to even try to hit the goal. And sometimes even a little more than that, just to be on the safer side, just because compared to someone who isn't intermittent fasting or fasting, you're not eating on like a regular time period, and some days you're not going to be eating that much just because of the how intermittent fasting works. Depends on how you use it, of course, or fasting in general. So that's another thing. That might be one reason why you're under eating or not gaining enough progress as you see fit. Number three is most likely you're not being patient enough. And this is a pretty big one because some people start the gym and they think in about 3-4 weeks they should see a big change, abs popping, all this and that. But in reality, that's not how it works, especially in the gym stuff, gym culture, everything. It takes a while for you to reach a pinnacle of what your physique should look like, especially because some people have been training for 10-15 years, and other people train shorter than that. They look a lot better, but that's just because it's genetics and other factors that play into it. But be patient enough. Don't be switching from program to program in like a short span. Say if I'm doing a bodybuilding program for 2 weeks and then I don't see no progress immediately, I go change to a strength program and think in those 2 weeks that I'm going to see a major difference. No, it does not work like that. At least try to do a program for 8 to 12 weeks. See if you see any strength gains, or even if you see something work or get bigger, like muscle wise, then try it, keep trying it and keep trying it. Be patient. Patient in this game is key, unless you want to take the other route, which is a lot faster and I guess a lot cooler nowadays. But for sure, be patient. This is a long game, especially in with fitness, and lifting weights and everything. It's not uh, one pill take all. This is you're gonna look like towards the end of 2 weeks now, which I will say there you can see some progress in under 4 weeks, but not a drastic change like super crazy or whatever. Just be patient. Be patient. Number 4, get enough sleep and reduce your stress. So I say this because sleep is very important for recovery. If you're working out high intensity, if you got everything else done, everything is good, you're training good, you have a purpose while you're working out, nutrition is on point, um, program is good, and sleep is terrible, oof, I'm sorry to tell you, but you are cooked, because sleep is arguably one of the best things that you can do for just about anything. If just your mental, your physical, everything. Sleep plays a major role in how fast you recover and how good you recover. Because when you're sleeping, your body is resting. Everybody knows what sleep does, and it's the best. I recommend usually getting 7 to at least 9 hours of sleep, and that sounds like a lot, but I usually get like 8, 8.5, maybe almost 9 some days, and that's like for me that's good enough. Sometimes I get 7, and that's somewhat good, not the best. I still feel a little sluggish, but you know, sleep is very important, especially if you're trying to see like that progress. Because if you're destroying your body one day and you're only getting 4 hours of sleep, and then you're expecting to destroy your body again the next day, and then it's like, well, I'm not seeing anything. I've been destroying my body those last 3 4 days, but I'm not gaining anything, and you've only been sleeping a total of 10 hours every day, or 10 hours like the whole week. It's like, oh well, that's why. It's because you're not getting enough sleep. And then stress, again, it goes back to destroying your body every other day. You're working your body, you're stressing your body with the amount of weights that you're doing, or other stuff in your life or whatever. And I get it, some things you don't have any control of, but what you do have control of is getting good adequate sleep, and or you know in a way trying to reduce your stress levels. And that way, if stress is high, cortisol is high, which is, yeah, it can be good or bad depending on the circumstance again. But you don't want that, because if you're stressed, you're going to fall asleep stressed, and you're not going to get enough good sleep. You're going to be tossing and turning on your bed and stuff. So the last thing is being honest with yourself. This is a consistent game. You have to show up, be consistent. And that's arguably one of the biggest things now. It's just consistency. Because if you show up one day and then you don't show up for like 2 or 3 weeks after that one day, and then you're like, well, I'm not seeing any progress. Well, you've only shown up like one day out of the 4 weeks that you had planned out, you know? Or you show up one day, you miss a next day, and you show up 2 days after that missed one, and you're only showing up 2 times a week, and then you just keep missing and missing and missing, and it's not, some people can work with it. There might be a way, but if you're a beginner, it's gonna be really, really hard doing that, because again, your body you need to be more consistent. And on top of that, your body likes to be in a routine. You wake up at a certain time every day because you're used to it. or you go to the gym at this certain time because that's your routine or something. It becomes a lot easier. It becomes a habit, per se. So for sure, be more consistent, especially, and again, not just with your gym workouts, but with your sleep schedule, with your nutrition. And this sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. Because once you start doing one, everything kind of just starts falling into place slowly but surely. You focus on one, and then you focus on the other one. Once you get one done, you move to the other one. Once you get that one done, you move to the other one. And then everything else just starts to form, and that's when progress starts to show its face. So again, be true to yourself. Pay attention to how consistent you show up. Have a plan. Just to recap, have a purpose for lifting. Eat enough protein and enough calories for, at least if you're cutting, bulking, or whatever you're doing. Try to hit those macros, majority protein. Be patient. Patience is the key in this game. So be very patient. Get enough sleep. Reduce your stress. And be honest with yourself. Be consistent. Tell yourself, okay, if I can't do it this time, I'll try to do tomorrow. Always try. Don't give up. The more you try, the better you'll get at it. But if this is something that resonates with you, or if this is something that you're going to try eventually, leave a comment, like, and share, and let me know. Ask any questions you have, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. But anyways, thank y'all guys for watching the video. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.